Alright, so for today, for our presentation, we're going to have a couple of different functions for you guys to show you. First one will be future value, then we'll have the present value, and then net present value. The definition of the function for future value is it's used to calculate the future value of an investment with periodic constant payments and a constant interest rate. To illustrate how it works, we have an example problem for you guys here. Doug has $1,000 right now and wants to know how much his money will be worth in 7 years if he can get an interest rate of 8% compounded annually. So as we have on our template, interest rate 8%, number of periods 7 because it is compounded annually. Present value is negative 1,000 because it's the initial investment, money being put in. Then payment is 0 for this type of problem, and type is also 0. So to solve it, you hit equals FV for future value. Then gives you kind of a template for how it should be entered. First is the rate, which is our 8%. Click on that, comma. And you have the MPV with the number of periods, getting ahead of myself, which are 7. Then you have the payment, which is 0 for ours. And then the present value, which is negative 1,000. Close parentheses, enter, and there you have your future value.
Next we are looking at the present value. The present value calculates the present value of an investment. For example, the total amount that a series of future payments is worth now. For example, we have Doug won the lottery and will receive a lump sum of $5,000 in 3 years. The current annual market interest rate is 8%. So we throw in our interest rate, we have 8%, periods, so we 3 since it's annual. Future value is a positive number since it's what we're gaining. Payments, there's no payments in this period. So we put the equal signs and negative present value. We get the function, we throw in the rate, 8%. The number of periods, which is 3. The payment, which is 0 for this example. And the future value, which is 5,000.
Alright, the next function we have for you guys is a net present value function, which calculates the MPV of an investment based on a supplied discount rate and a series of future payments and income. So for example here, Doug invests in a video game franchise which will cost him $2,000 initially, but he expects the franchise to return $500 in the first year, $1,000 in the second year, and $2,500 in the third and final year. And the current annual market interest rate is 8% annually. So we'll go in, type in our 8% for the rate, and then the first initial investment is going to be negative $2,000 because he has to pay that money out. And then the first year we expect an income of $500, and then in the second year is $1,000, and then the third year is $2,500. So then to find the net present value, you just got to type in equals NPV and then double click and click in the box where the rate is first, comma, and then we'll highlight the value starting with our negative 2,000 down to 2,500, and then close the parentheses, hit enter, and that gives you your net present value. And so since the net present value is positive, this is a good investment and he should do this. Alright, the next function we have for you guys is a payment function, which calculates the payment required to reduce a loan from a supplied present value to a specified future value. So if the example we have, if Doug buys a car for $10,000 and he wants to find out the monthly payments to pay off his car loan, and the loan is for $10,000 with an annual interest rate of 8%, and then the loan is for 5 years or 60 months because the payments are monthly, so we need the units to be in months. So our interest rate here is 8%, and then the present value of the loan is negative 10,000 because we have to pay that off. And then there are 60 periods in the loan. And then to calculate the payments that he has to do, you do equal signs, payment, and double click. And then you just click on the box with the interest rate, comma, and then the number of periods, which is 60, comma, and then the amount of the loan right there is 10,000. Close up your parentheses, hit enter, and then that is the monthly payments that he has to pay.